All right, guys. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome, welcome to another episode of Down Brown Girls Are Beautiful. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm reading a text message that's coming through. Yes. So, anyway, today's topic, y'all, we're talking about spiritual awareness, why pure spirits cannot intermingle with energetic deviants. Okay. And as I promised you, because we had a little hiccup on last night's live stream, I felt like I wanted to come on and do another video for you all because my sound, what I recognize is that my sound was not hooked up to my microphone properly, and it was actually connecting to Zoom. Zoom opened up on my laptop, and the sound was trying to come through the Zoom application instead. So I apologize for that, guys. But anyway, I'm going to turn on my camera. I don't know which camera you like best. If you like this one or if you like this one, y'all let me know. Which camera do you like better? You like this camera or do you like the other? Okay? And y'all, we can switch it out anytime we want from different angles, okay? So this is the other angle. All right. I'm going to just keep it on this one. If we need to switch it out, we can. All right. Anyway, but let's get into this, guys. This is a very, very, very important topic. Again, spiritual awareness and energetic deviance. A lot of people don't like talking about spirituality in the spiritual realm because they feel that, they just don't want to talk about it because it makes them uncomfortable. Um, but this is something that we're living in every single day because life is spiritual. Life is not just what we see in front of us. Actually, a lot of things that we deal with, it's because it's going on in the spiritual realm and we're battling here right now on a 3D level. So it all starts spiritually first before it comes into reality on this 3D plane called Earth. All right. Now, this is something that I did not know about until later in life. What's good, Tracy? How are you today, Lady Love? Glad to see you in the building. This is something that I did not know about until later in life, y'all. And if you'd like to donate to me, please Cash App BGAB Clothing. My birthday's coming up, by the way. I just thought I'd throw that in there. You know, if you feel generous. Glad to see you in the building, Tracy. All right, let's get into it. Um, the reason I talk about spirituality so much is because, as you know, I don't claim the title chosen one. I feel like that's oversaturated. So I talk about being an angelic warrior. An angelic warrior carries a lot of weight. And it is, like I said on my prior videos, it's not something that we choose. It's not like we come out here saying, yeah, I want to be chosen to go through this, chosen to go through that. We are picked and we are made this way, y'all. And like I said in my prior video, angelic warriors have a lot of gifts and talents. They are very gifted, very talented, and this is, intangible stuff. So it's not like something that you can just go and buy in the store. Mm-mm. Which you see they're creating AI, but even AI cannot compete with real human beings because people, when they come across the AI videos, the voice will turn you off. The movements of these characters will turn you off. You'll just know that something is off because that human spirit and that human connection is not there. That you know, dimensional divine connection is just thrown off by something that's robotic. So they can never replace us no matter how much they try. Everything is duplicated off of the divine beings that we are. Um, I wrote some notes down about why highly divine spiritual beings, angelic warriors, cannot intermingle with energetic deviants. Now, before we get into energetic deviants, we need to understand what they are. What are energetic deviants? Energetic deviants are the people that are drawn to you, right? They're drawn to you usually because of the aesthetics of what you look like. You look attractive, you seem appealing. You may have a vibrant personality. You draw people in. You're not trying to do it, it's just a natural ability that you have. You could be funny, you could be charismatic, you could be talented, gifted, you give good advice, you're a good listener. There are a lot of things that people and a lot of traits that people have within them that draw other people to them. You could be generous, and that is a dangerous one. You can also be empathetic, meaning that you can feel and sympathize with people. That's another dangerous one. A lot of angelic warriors are empaths. They are spiritually very in tune, and they are very sensitive to energy, right? So when people say, "Oh, you're so sensitive," that is a gift. That is a natural inclination that you are inherently born with that should not be taken lightly, because any little minuscule thing can heighten your senses, right? So it's kind of like being in the animal kingdom. The animals have to be energetically in tune all the time because there are a lot of predators in the wild, especially at night when all animals like to go out and go hunting. It's nighttime. So what do animals have that we don't? They can see in the dark. Most animals can see in the dark. But with humans, because we can't see in the dark, that is our downfall. You can have dark energies around you, right? And not understand that these energies are dark. They're energetic deviants. You have to be spiritually in tune. How do you get spiritually in tune? Interconnecting with yourself, being in isolation so you can have self preservation. Remember, I talked about that on my prior video. So, a lot of times the energetic deviants come to distract you from being in tune with yourself. They come to distract you to being in tune with them instead, right? Everything that they want is pulling you away from your higher elevation, and it's also pulling you away from being in tune with yourself. They make it about them, what they can extract from you to pour into them. Whether it's something as simple as, "I need a ride. Can I borrow your car?" Tell them no. They might call you at a time when you're just about to work on a goal for yourself. You just sat down, "I'm about to write this down." The phone rings. Spiritual and energetic deviant, right? It's almost like they can tune into when you are isolating yourself and working on yourself. And that's when the distractions come. That's when your phone is ringing. That's when they might come knocking at the door. That's when they might hit you up on Instagram or whatever social media platform. Be careful because they study and watch you as well. Energetic deviants are very cunning, okay? They are intellectually gifted and smart as well. The devil does not play fair, right? And the devil uses these energetic deviants to throw off the angelic warriors. Why you cannot mix and intermingle with these deviants. Okay, let's get into why, if you're a pure spirit, you cannot intermingle cohesively with energetic deviants. Energetic deviants can pose. All right, just like cancer cells hide in the body, they know how to cloak themselves. In case you didn't know it, they know how to cloak themselves and hide from your the system that fights off disease and illness. I can't think of the name of it right now. It escapes my mind. But you know what I'm talking about. Your immune system, y'all. So you have to have an immune system for in your spiritual realm as well, okay? Where you cannot tolerate energetic deviants that are, coming to harm, because that's what they're coming for. They're not coming for any other reason but to cause damage and harm, to destabilize your life, to cause your life to go to a downward spiral and a decline. Now, this can also happen in your finances because they're going to ask for money and they will not pay it back. They will give you a sob story, making it sound like it's so urgent, right? They're going to tell you they can't go to anyone else. The reason they can't go to anyone else is because they have been energetically draining these other individuals financially, and these people are tired of it. So, you might want to think about it before you hand over money to someone that is asking to borrow money from you, because this means that usually financially they are probably more than likely irresponsible. Not saying that all people are in that situation, because that's not the case. With today's economy, we know that they came to destabilize the American people on purpose financially. We know this. The average American, they have come to destabilize us financially. This is the case with the job market. This is the case with them not paying you enough. This is the case with them starting you off with low base pay, not hiring people, getting rid of people for no reason. We know that this is done to control the masses. This is why you have to actually be spiritually in tune with yourself so you can do something outside of the normality of the masses as well. So these things are important, you all. Be very aware of energetic deviants. Like I said, they cloak and hide themselves. They come in a latent form. They don't want you to detect who they are. So they have to be very cunning, because usually angelic warriors are what? Highly, highly sensitive and highly intelligent. And because you are highly intelligent, this means, yes, Tracy, life is definitely spiritual, young lady. Yes, it is. Because you are highly intelligent, they have to be very cunning when they come to you. So usually they're going to play on your emotion. This is where the manipulation, the emotional manipulation comes in. Okay. All right. Hold on, y'all. I'm just sending out this uh, note letting know people we are live. And if you don't catch the live stream now, you can catch it later. Make sure you like, okay? Make sure you like this video. This is a very powerful video, by the way. All right. And I have to pay attention to how long I'm on here, because I'm not going over a certain amount of time. But I took my notes. So I have my notebook here. Remember, the devil walks amongst us. The devil walks amongst us each and every day. So this person that's dressed in a red devil suit with a pitchfork, with the what do you call it? With those devil horns. All right. That, I don't think that's real. I don't know where they get that depiction from, but they walk amongst us, and these people can be very aesthetically attractive as well. You have to be able to have a gift of spiritual discernment, you all, because highly attractive people are just as dangerous and are just as evil. There are a lot of highly attracted females. Let's get this clear. They're very highly attractive females. I've run across a lot of them. I went to school with them. Highly attractive females. But the difference between the two is that they had an energetic deviant energy about them. Their energy was very, very nasty. Okay, you can be aesthetically beautiful and very nasty on the inside, and this actually will protrude in your aura. People that are not they don't have the gift of discernment will fall for this. A lot of males fall for these type of females. They're aesthetically attractive with a very nasty energetic realm about them, and because they are drawn to the attractiveness of the outer beauty of this female, these female will systematically destroy their lives. Okay, they might get the female pregnant. Now they have what they like to call a bitter baby mama, but she came. Okay, she came with this energy that he refused to recognize, because he overlooked past all of these things because of her aesthetics. And a lot of males fall for that. There are also males that are the same way. They are aesthetically nice looking on the outside, but have a whole ulterior motive and agenda on the inside. So you got to be very careful with these energetic deviants, y'all. The way that you recognize the angelic warriors is by their energy, and you have to have the gift of discernment to do that. Okay, when you are not of the devil, when you're not of evil, it will attempt to recruit you in extremely cunning ways. We talked about this by way of emotional manipulation. Ladies, a lot of times this happens when they give you sob stories. That's why I always say don't fall for sob stories, especially with melanated men or men in general. Okay, but melanated men definitely have these characteristic traits because they're very cunning and they have the gift of gab. It's like they don't have anything else but their gift of gab. And so this is what they utilize to navigate themselves in life by playing on melanated females' um, um, maternal instincts, okay? Because she's very nurturing by default, usually, okay? These energetic deviants come to befriend you. They can be in a romantic situation, a casual conversation with you. These can be casual people that come across you on a day to day basis, co-workers that you work with, neighbors as well. Be careful with them. Any way it can get in, any way this energetic deviant and this energetic devil can get into your life. Leave no nook or cranny unsealed. Okay. It's like insects in the summertime. You know how insects like to come into your nooks and crannies of your house? All of a sudden, you have an ant problem. This is how the spiritual deviants, energetic deviants, will come into your life. Any way, shape, or form that they can. You must take on super inflated spiritual practices, okay, as an angelic warrior. You cannot think that just being simply, going to church is going to stop this, because it's not. A lot of these energetic deviants are in the church. A lot of these predators live in the church. They preach in the church. They work in the church. They frequent the churches because they know that there are pure people going to church thinking they're doing the right things for their lives, right? So you got to be careful. You cannot ever be unguarded with the general population. This is why I said spiritual warriors and angelic warriors cannot intermingle with general population freely. Okay. Now, I'm not saying you can't go to the grocery store. I'm not saying that you can't do your daily routines and activities, but just be very careful and very mindful, because they're going to be in the parking lot waiting for you. You might be trying to get a parking spot. They might come in and swoop in and steal your parking spot, hoping to start conflict with you. They might start beeping the horn at you on the roadway because you're not going fast enough, because you didn't turn into oncoming traffic to get yourself into a car accident. They're beeping the horn. Beep, beep. They want you to hurry up and go. They'll come in and swoop in and speed past you and cut you off. This is an energetic attack. These energetic deviants are trying to get a reaction out of you. Why is this? Do you know people have lost their lives just by dealing with traffic? What do you call it when people get into like arguments over traffic, y'all? I can't think of the word for it. They're trying to reel you in to lose your life or to cause conflict, havoc, and harm in your life. Pandemonium. This goes on every single day. In fact, it's not safe for us to mix with the general population. This is why you have to stay isolated, right? And you can only intermingle with like minded, spiritual, elevated warriors, just such as yourself. And this is also on a financial level, y'all. Now, spiritual and angelic warriors are going to go through all types of attacks that are unfair. Attacks on your life, attacks on every aspect of your life. It can be in your health, with your family, because the devil and the energetic deviants don't play fair. Um, on your jobs, if you have a business, they will attack there. Financially, it will attack there. Economically, if you're in a neighborhood, it will attack your house. It can attack your car. It can attack. People actually have attacked females' looks by throwing acid on their face and burning them. Y'all, when I tell you this stuff is very real and it does not play fair, I am telling you from experience, because I have lived this for decades at this point. And I did not understand the spiritual realm when I was younger, not understanding that I was being picked and chosen and attacked, right? Okay. Now, if you think that this is a game and you think it's a joke, it's certainly not. I'm talking about this because females definitely need to have situational awareness and spiritual awareness. Men have situational awareness most of the time, but females lack situational awareness. Why is that? Y'all, it's how we are raised into the world. And it's very unfortunate because it puts us at a disadvantage and it handicaps us when we get older as adults. We look at male figures as authority figures usually, right? Because we know that they're usually bigger, taller, stronger, and they are really put here to use those muscles to protect us. But usually what happens, these creature features will use that extra ability, those extra abilities that they have against the female. I have heard of stories where women have been in the hospital having just had surgery or just had a baby, and what does the man do? He comes into the hospital yelling at her, cursing at her, verbally abusing her, even physically attacking her at her most vulnerable moments, right? At her most weakest, because they're cowards. Y'all, this is a real thing out here, and you think it's a joke, it's not a game. All right, it says why females and attractive males must be careful with their gifts and must practice discernment because people are coming to take from you every single day. They see you out there in the world doing something good with your life, they want to come destroy it. Energetically, people are coming to take from you, okay? They're trying to take from you. Aesthetically, people are drawn to you. Spiritually, they don't know how to nourish you so you can flourish. They don't want to nourish so you can flourish, right? So, especially this will go on in an intimate relationship or an intimate partnership. They are at first drawn to you because they like the fact of you might be nice looking, you have charisma, they like your energy, right? They are mesmerized by you, but that's infatuation. Once they get next to you, watch the tables turn, okay? They will not spiritually nourish you. They're looking at you as how they can utilize you for themselves. What can you do for them? A lot of times, males will try to dismantle the female, especially if she is a very dominant female, a leader. And when I say dominant, I'm not saying that she is very masculine. I am saying that she is the leader of her life. So she has her life put together. She is financially stable. She has, stability in her life. And she's been this way for a long time. So a male that's not accustomed to this, right? That's used to dealing with lower level types of people that need him to take care of them will try to destabilize that female's life. And sometimes he will impregnate that female so that she can become destabilized and he can have control over her because that makes you vulnerable. Now you're in this situation where you do need to depend on the man, right? And you're supposed to be able to depend on the male. But he did not do it with pure intentions. He did it with the intentions to control you, right? A lot of times when relationships break down, that is the divine universe, spiritual ancestors and creators protecting you from something that could go wrong in your future. Maybe you weren't meant to be with this man because he did come to destabilize your businesses. He did not want you to be economically independent. He did not want you to be able to break free of him when he starts to exert power and control over you, right? Because he is not seeing you as an individual that you are meant to spread your wings and fly with him. You are something that he feels is something that he possesses, right? And we can't go in this world possessing people. That is dangerous, right? All right, so let's think about this too. Things become about them. So no longer is it about you, is it about us, is it about we? It's about you, how you can serve him. What are you going to do for me? Like if he asks you about a future and you have all these goals and aspirations and desires, and you're telling him, like, oh, I want to work on my business, I want to travel the world, I want to do this, he'll start throwing, little pebbles at you. How do you plan to do that? If we get together, well, how are you going to do that? Everything starts to be about him, right? And it's like if somebody's really trying to partner with you, they'll make it work with you because they will be excited that they have someone that's just as driven and ambitious as them. But sometimes, if you are doing a little bit what he might perceive as doing a little bit better than him, or he thinks that your business is going better, or he hasn't started a business and he sees that you're thriving in this area, he'll try to pull you down for that, y'all. And you're not even mentally connecting the dots. You're not even thinking that this is what he's doing because you're overlooking it. You're seeing all the good qualities and traits about him. But these good qualities and traits that he is displaying, that is a way and it is a mask he's wearing to reel you in. That mask is going to fall, y'all, as soon as he thinks he has his stakes in you. If he can't get you to fully convert to his agenda, he will discard you. He will try to dismantle you so that your self esteem can fall down. Okay. There are males out here that are very insecure, and that's what they do. They pick and choose their prey. All right. So just make sure you listen to them as well. This is why spiritually, right? You cannot intermingle with energetic deviants because deep down inside, he's an energetic deviant. You just didn't know it because he put on that cloak. Remember, I said cancer cells, they cloak themselves from your immune system. He's hiding from your spiritual immune system. So you have to use your gift of discernment, and you actually might need to start taking notes on this person. Write down dates and times that they do or say something that you feel is spiritually out of alignment with what you are expecting for your life. And if you start seeing more negatives than positives, just pay attention to that stuff, ladies. Okay, because I wish I had done that in the past. I wish I had kept a journal on people and just started writing down each and everything they do, because time has a way of making people forget. And sometimes they'll do stuff to make you forget about the things that they did. And they will also gaslight. We know that's a big one. And they will try to manipulate you emotionally to make you feel like what you experienced or what you saw is not what they were trying to do, because they know that you're in tune. They already know that you're highly intelligent and you're emotionally intelligent. A lot of males are emotionally immature as well. So you have to be careful. When you see any signs of emotional immaturity, hold your guard up and stay clear of them until they get themselves together, because you don't have time to be raising children. That is not what we're in this for, right? These energetic demons that attach to you are sent to distract and knock you off your purpose. So they knock, they block, and they stop. They knock, they block, and they stop. So I said they knock you off your purpose, they block opportunities for you, and they stop your elevation. Now, everybody knows about P. Diddy, right? So it has been alleged that when Michael Jackson was here, he reached out, okay, because he wanted to do a feature. He wanted to work with Lil Kim. And did he do? He blocked that opportunity for her. She found out about it later. Yeah, because if you go and do your research, she talks about it. They want to stop your elevation, okay? They not block and stop. They want to stop your elevation. They don't want you to get higher than them. Any type of energetic demon or energetic deviant, they don't want you to elevate higher. They come to stop your elevation. Once they are close to you, they may try to expose you. Okay. How do they do this? Okay. Maybe you tell them something. Now they're going around telling your business, or either they will actually mix lies with truth. We see this all the time in media. This is how the devil convinces us that he's not real. Okay. This is the biggest way the devil lies, by mixing truth with lies. So there are examples of this all throughout social media, mixing truth with lies. They do it in our history books every single day, melanated people. They mix the truth with lies to make it seem like it's our reality when really it's not. And so that is a form of gaslighting as well. Remember, the devil will always walk amongst us. So you could be smiling next to the devil. You could be living with the devil, right? You could go to sleep at night every day in the same household with the devil. They are in your neighborhoods. They are watching you even when you think they're not watching y'all. So this is why I talk about spiritual warfare. I'm probably going to do a series on spirituality and spiritual warfare, y'all, and spiritual warriors. So if you like this episode, please give me a thumbs up. Please give me a like. If you like it, hype it, share if you care, share if you dare. And if you like my vibe, consider giving me a subscribe, y'all. But I just wanted to share this information with y'all. I've had so much experience with spiritual warfare. It's not even funny. I go through it each and every day. I am still going through it. And it's not something that's easy to talk about because it's very disheartening. There are people that will spiritually throw daggers at you that you wouldn't even believe who they are. And because of their jealousy and envy towards you, when you have done nothing to these people, nothing to these creatures, these entities, they can even be in your family. Yes, I said it. They will even be the closest relatives that you will least expect. All right. So be very careful out here, y'all. People are laughing and smiling and even giving you hugs. They are not. Trust me, they are not your real family. I don't care if they are blood related. They are not your real family. A lot of times you'll see this happen with cousins and especially with females, especially. Females are some of the most highly deviant spiritual people out here. And females are very venomous, very poisonous. This is why when you get around females, they don't want females around their significant other because they say, "Oh, I know how females are." That's because they know how they are. Even in real estate, y'all, I feel like I've experienced jealousy on like a level where a family might come in to an open house and I'm talking to them and we have a good rapport and they have a whole beautiful family. All right. I trust me, I don't want any parts of this. But because the female feels threatened, um, she'll say, "Oh, we're already working with the realtor." She's scared to have another female to come in and help her family. She's scared to have another female to help them through the home buying process. So she speaks up on behalf of the whole entire scenario and situation, as she has that right to do so because that's her family, that's her husband. But usually you can tell that it's nothing that you did wrong. I thought we had a good rapport. I thought things were going well, but all of a sudden things change. They change their mind. A lot of times the female is driving that business arrangement. It's not the man. So usually ladies, like when I am talking to a family, I try to focus my energy more on the female and try to have less conversation with the male because um I know how insecure females are. Even if they look very beautiful and attractive, they are still going to have that stuck up snide attitude with you because they feel like you're competition, even when you're not trying to compete. So it's just very important in business affairs that you're aware of that. Usually, the people that I've worked with have been families, melanated. Well, I'm not just going to say melanated families, but I've worked with all different cultures, but they usually are family oriented. And then also, males are going to be more open to you if they are single and by themselves in business because they don't have a female nearby trying to um, dismantle that interaction because a female is not seeing you as a business person, they're seeing you as competition. So it's very important just to know how to navigate these things. That's why even with my clothing brand, I usually feel more comfortable speaking with males, selling my Melanated King shirts and stuff like that. Seldom do I advertise and market to females because females don't like to see other females succeed in something. I'm not going to say it's all females, but y'all, I have been so highly traumatized by females that I usually avoid them. I usually build more of a male um, interaction with anything. I feel more comfortable dealing with men, and this is just always has been my life. Y'all, when I was a baby, my mama said I used to go to men. I used to always be drawn to men. Even like throughout high school, I used to be cool with the dudes, and females used to get very um intimidated by that. Even if I wasn't interested in him, they were just drawn to me because I had a sense of humility and I had a personality and I would joke with them, I would laugh with them, and I would see them and I would speak. Females, if you tried to speak to them the next year, we went to the next grade over the summer, they stopped speaking for no reason. And you're like, what did I do to them? You didn't do anything. This is just how females are. And I remember specifically, I was walking down the hall and this dude was talking to me. Now, he wasn't really highly sought after, but we would always just have conversation in passing. And as he was talking to me, another nice looking female, but she was an energetic deviant. She had a dark side to her. And she used to get around. People were talking about how she used to run through them, y'all. But this dude, he was talking to me or whatever, and we were just joking. Don't you know she never used to talk to this dude, never interacted with this dude, but because she saw him talking to me, all of a sudden she's trying to get his attention. All of a sudden she got something to say to him. So I knew that that was competition just because I was getting male attention. I remember specifically one of the guys in our class, one of our classes, he said that he asked every single dude in the class, who's somebody in this class that you would talk to? And all of them said one person, that was me. And I didn't talk to anybody in that class, y'all. I wasn't talking to these dudes like that. None of them. So other females can pick up on this. And because of this, you will automatically be their competitor and they're going to see you as a target. I dealt with a lot of jealousy in school simply because of how I looked, how I carried myself, and my personality. And a lot of times I was hearing things coming back to me. Oh, she think somebody told me one time, oh, oh, your girl thinks she cute because she got a little bit of hair because I do have long hair and I can't help that. Oh, what is she mixed with? Jealousy, y'all. These are energetic deviants. And this is why I say angelic warriors usually are aesthetically pleasing and beautiful, or they look nice if they are male. They can't help their attractiveness, but other females, other men will see that as a threat and try to tear them down. We also hear about a lot of things going on against light skinned men. If he's a nice looking light skinned man, people don't like that either. But y'all, I've been on here for about 36 minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and cut the video because I have things to do. I actually shouldn't even be on here talking to y'all right now, but something in my spirit just touched me and said, I want to go ahead and get this video out to y'all so that it can be done. It's fresh. It's at the very first part of the day. And I feel like I owe my best energy to this instead of what I have to do later, instead of being tired like I was last night and being, I just wanted to give the best to this video. So that's why I'm doing this video now. So thank you so much for supporting the channel, tuning in. If you can resonate and relate, make sure you share this with someone that needs to hear this, because like I said, I'm going to be doing more episodes related to this. And I think that more females need to speak out about it. I've been following several females that have been speaking about these topics. And so that has given me the encouragement to speak out about it as well. Hence my video title, Brown Girls Are Beautiful. I know some people get hypersensitive about the title, but there is a reason why I actually formulated this brand, because it actually is a reflection of my life experience, y'all. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. Continue to walk in your divinity, y'all. If you're a divine person, you should be walking in your divinity each and every day. Remember to celebrate yourself and stay elevated. Until next time, you all stay safe out there. All right, I'm going to tune in with y'all later. Don't let these spiritual deviants destroy you guys. All right, signing out, y'all. Signing out. Oh gosh, where am I at? Signing out, signing out, signing out of here. Oh, Fox Galaxy, hold on, y'all. I didn't see y'all comments. Hi, Fox Galaxy. I was not ignoring you. My week has been very, very tiring. What's good, King Hazy? Glad to see you in the building. People will hate on you even if you have crumbs while they have a loaf of bread. Yes, they will, Tracy. A lot of times people don't know what you have going on behind the scenes. They don't know. And so that lets you know how powerful you are, because even at your lowest, they still look at you up here, right? Even at your lowest, even at your very lowest, they're still looking at you like you're way up there. So yes, you're very right. You're very right when you say that. All right, y'all, but I am going to sign out, guys. And King Hazy, I might need to holler at you too, because you said you sell clothes and you're in Baltimore, and you might be able to help me market to the target audience in Baltimore. So definitely hit me up, or I'm going to hit you up on Instagram, because maybe we could do some business together. Okay. I don't want to say too much on here, but I will talk to y'all later. All right. Signing out, y'all. I'm going to end it here, y'all.